tonight. Defensively, we'll go with Nathan Goheen for Osborne, a outside linebacker, 6'1", 160, a sophomore. Ronnie Thompson, 6'6", 215, senior, defensive tackle. Defensive tackle Grady Walter, 6'1", 190, a senior. I assume Dayton Lance is going to take the outside linebacker, given up by Connor Schur. And here is the kick down to Nate Myers across the 5 to the 10 to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He did the same thing against Lakeside. And this is Grant Myers, not Nate Myers. And another nice kickoff. Rick, when I did the Lakeside at Rock Hills game, Grant, and several players were out because of COVID. And Grant Myers, who just took that ball 40 yards. Nate Myers, his little brother, took it 77 yards on the opening kickoff. So Rock Hill will start 1st and 10 on the Osborne 35-yard line, great position. Again, the safety is Dayton Lance. The monster safety is Mason Schur. And Doak Guttery, the middle linebacker, 6'2", 180 sophomore. Outside linebacker is Ryan Klein, 5'9", 155.
With the tackle.
And that is Nate Myers. 7. Nate Myers on the carry there, gain of about 7.
Second down and 3.
We'll bring up second down and 3 inside Osborne territory. There's another handoff to Grant Myers, and he's hit there. And he is going to be stopped after a gain of about a yard. And looks like Doak Guttery was in there along with 34 Ronnie Thompson. 3rd down and 4 for Rock Hill's opening drive. District 4 action. The elevator says it all, Rick. Go Dogs. You know when you're in Osborne.
Absolutely. It sets the mood and they say line up.
3rd down and about 4 from the Osborne 27. Here's a pitch to Grant Myers. He's around the left side. He's getting strung out. He's going to be hit out of bounds after a gain of 2 yards. And on the play that time was Grady Walters and Rylan Klein.
Grady Walters and Rylan Klein had it with the tackle.
Last year due to
Grant Myers with the
He has 23 tackles this year, 4 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 fumble recovery. So I bet Steve Tiernan is glad that they're back. 10:51 to go. District 4 action. Rock Hills at Osborne. 0-0. 4th down and 1. Rock Hills comes up, and they're going to play the ball. A handoff to Grant Myers. He's going to have maybe going to have the first down. It's pretty close that time, Rick.
It looked like he maybe just got his pad level beyond, but I guess the referees will see where they spot the ball. Looks like they have extension.
Looks like they're going to give Rock Hills their first down. So Rock Hills is very young. There's 2 seniors on the roster.
25.
Again up front for the Bulldogs. Nathan Goheen, Ronnie Thompson, Grady Walters, Dayton Lance. In the backfield defensively, Dayton Lance, Mason Schur, Doak Gutter, and Rylan Klein. So here goes Myers, Nate Myers, the freshman, and he's going to pick up about 5. Rock Hill is moving the ball kind of at will right now, Rick.
Yes, they are. They have really good speed and they have a lot of determination even after those yards after contact. They seem to be pretty impressive in that area.
Nate Myers, the fumble on the play. Bulldogs recover, take over first down at their own 19.
Looks like Osborne come up with a fumble recovery there, Rick.
I guess I missed seeing the ball come loose.
I did not see that. Anyway, we're going to have Doak Walker at quarterback. We're going to have Mason Schur at tailback. And we're going to have Dayton Lance in the backfield. So Dayton Lance gets to start at fullback tonight. And that was Mason Schur. We want to congratulate Mason Schur
with the carry,
the king, and Blair Walters Queen of the Osborne homecoming tonight, Rick.
That's quite an honor for those kids, and all the candidates are just wonderful kids. You hear so much good about them in the community.
Mason Schur was named the NCKS Sportsman of the Week last week with 9 carries for 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 3 receptions for 18 and a touchdown in the 58-8 win. Here goes Schur around the far side, the left side. He's picking and choosing between that. He's going to get across the first down marker around the 30, but there is a penalty out there on it looks like a holding, Rick.
Looks like it is. He sure had a really nice ride, had some Darren Sproul's turn spins on out there on the far side, and unfortunately it looks like it's going to come back a little ways.
9:47 to go. We are in Osborne. John Bowden and longtime friend and former roommate Rick Meyer.
It's an honor to be here with you, John, and like I said, we've known each other a long time. It's just you're such a sports enthusiast, and you're so knowledgeable about all sports. You've had some great teams that you've played on and you've coached, so it's an honor to sit up here and listen to you call this game.
Rick is a motivational speaker and runner. He has written 2 books that he's released the last couple of years called Running on Faith and that both faith in Jesus Christ and running and conditioning.
Personal
And,
foul called on the Grizzlies, Bulldogs
where you
first
grew up,
down
right?
to
That's correct.
Rockville 39.
There's Doak Guttery shotgun. He's going to hand it off inside to Galen Lance, and he's going to go for a 10-yard gain. Moving the ball out past the first down, but there is a penalty on the way.
Lance with the carry.
Looked like we were in the
Jacob
same area
Berry
with
with
the
the
last
tackle,
one
but
that
there is
was
a
there, Rick.
flag.
Yeah, it came out late. I don't know if it's holding or if there's some other stuff going on, but probably was holding. But it came out late near the first down marker.
I'm not sure what's going off the clock. It's still stuck on 9:35, but it's key District 4 tonight matchup. Other games in the area tonight include Lakeside at Thunder Ridge. Dusty's got that on KDNS 94.1. Beloit is at Ellsworth. Wade has got that on the. Wade's got that, and then.
Lance carry for 9 yards.
And they waved off the flag, so
Okay, so it's going to be second down and 1 for Osborne. Osborne with a key District 4 win last week at Lakeside, completely dominated that game. I formation here, and the handoff to Sherry. Kept one guy going to the outside, and he's tackled nicely right there by
Mason Sure with the
a Rock
carry.
Hills player. That was Jacob Berry, quarterback.
Berry with
Nice
the
play right
tackle.
there. So Mason Sure is going to
Pick
get
up 2 yards. First down for
first
the
down right
Bulldogs.
there. Gain of a yard.
27.
3 carries for 15 yards so far, Rick.
yeah, really running well. He gets up the middle and outside so quick. Just has that explosiveness.
Shotgun for Doak Guttery. And he's going to hand off the outside, and he's going across the 15 down towards the 10. That was Dayton Lance. Dayton Lance filling in for
Dayton
Connor
Lance
Sure.
with the carry.
Connor Sure had a
13
severe
yards.
knee injury last week against Downs. That was a nice fake that
Wyatt
time by
Everett
Doak
and
Guttery, the
Jacob Berry
quarterback.
with the
Ricky held it,
First down for the
and then he let
Bulldogs
Lance
at the
have it,
15.
gain him about 8 yards.
Just a wonderful play. And Lance, he just kept his head up, looking ahead, and put on some good juke moves for moving up, giving that first down.
Lance has 2 carries for 18 yards, 8:34 to go in the game. 0-0, Osborne on the move. Lakeside took it 65 yards, fumbled the ball. Here is Mason Sure on a direct snap. He cuts into the backside. He reaches the ball across the goal line, and he scores! Mason Sure from 15
Mason
yards
Sure
out.
carry for
Has a
15 yards for Bulldogs.
Mason Sure,
Touchdown.
15-yard touchdown run. Will put Osborne on the board with 8:21 to go in the first quarter. That was a nice drive that time. A lot of shotgun action there. A lot of fake inside handoffs. Got past a couple of holding calls, and it was a nice 65-yard drive. Right?
Yeah, it was. He had some good blocking out there. And he used core strength to get that ball across. He used his gut strength.
4 carries for 30 yards for Mason Sure, who happens to be the
Mason
homecoming
Sure with the carry in for the flag
Looks like
after.
Sure is going to get the 2-point conversion,
8:21 in the first quarter already.
and it's going to be.
Osborne 8, Rockville 0.
It's after 8:21 to go, first quarter. It is Osborne on a 63-yard drive. Osborne 8 and Rockville 0. You're listening to C96 through the Lake KCB1, KCB9.1.com, high school football. Getting in the flow. We're gaining.
In case you can't, each one comes with a free bottle of water and the concessions at the concession
And
stand.
back in Osborne,
Rosen
along with Rick Myers tonight.
Jalapeno.
Osborne, who's just outside the top 5 in rankings after a big 58-8 win last week at Lakeside, getting ready to kick the ball away for Osborne after a 63-yard scoring drive. It looks like Grant Myers going to take it at the goal line across the 5 to the 10. He got the 15 to the 20, breaks another tackle to the 23, and Grant Myers, who missed the first game against Lakeside because COVID protocol. 6 players missed the first game for Rock Hills against Lakeside.
22 yards
2 weeks ago,
return.
Rick.
Well, not only did they miss practice
Myers.
time, but just thinking
Ricky
about when you're
Walters
sick, how long
pushed
it
him out
takes
of
away
bounds.
from your strength to get that back, as well as the
First down for
preparation
the
time.
Grizzlies at their own
Getting your mind back in the
23.
game after being sick. Just really impressive what they're doing here.
Yep, first and 10, Rock Hills, and Jacob's going to hand off inside to Nate Myers, the freshman. First ball I had this year,
solo tackle.
Lakeside at Rock Hill.
Nate
Nate
Myers
Myers, the
with the
freshman,
carry.
first time he ever touched the ball. Rick went
Loss of
77
a
yards
short
for the
one,
first
second
score of the
down
year
and
for
11.
the Rock Hills Grizzlies. Now they're using him in the backfield with his brother Grant Myers.
Well, I'm not surprised at all. They're just so quick, and then they have that
Yeah.
flash once they get outside.
So second down and about 10. Here's Grant Myers, and the ball's loose again. Somebody teed it up there. Looks like Coach Guttery is going to recover there, Rick.
Yeah, they did. A Osborne defender, I couldn't see the number, got his arm in there and just used it as a crowbar to pop that ball loose.
So that's back-to-back fumbles.
Yeah, Myers with the carry.
53-yard drive by Rock Hills and a fumble. This time they have a 32-yard drive and a fumble. So Osborne in great field position. They're down at the Rock Hills 25. Again, Rock Hills and Osborne in district play tonight. Rock Hills has a brutal schedule, Rick. They played Lakeside 2 weeks ago, Axtell a week ago, Osborne tonight, Thunder Ridge next week. First and 10, Osborne at the 25-yard line. And here is the ball carrier, Dayton Lance. He's going to pick up about 4 that time. Going to move him out
with the carry.
to 3 carries for 22 yards this
with
year.
the tackle.
Dayton Lance, before Connor Sure got hurt last week against Lakeside, had 3 catches for 86 yards
from the
receiving,
23.
1 touchdown, a 28-yard average. He had 3 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. So he's not a stranger to the backfield, Rick.
No, he's not, and he's really handles the ball well.
There's Guttery on a keeper, shotgun keeper. He's spun around there, hit by Grant Myers and number
Dayton Lance with the carry.
Jacob Berry.
Picks up
Grant Myers, Jacob Berry picks up
2 yards.
3 yards. Going to be third down and about 5, Rick.
Yeah, he got out there,
with the
just those
tackle.
defenders from Rock Hills came
Third
over
down
there
and
and
4.
really had good containment.
So that's Guttery's first carry. Guttery had a great game last week. He was 9 for 92 in the air for 2 touchdowns, and he had 9 carries for 35 yards on the ground and a 58-8 win at Lakeside. 6:25 to go. Beautiful night here, Rick. Field looks awesome. Of course, I'm going to see that. Here's Guttery and shotgun with Dayton Lance. It's going to be an option to the left, the far side, and Guttery is untouched, running down towards the 5 to the 10, and there is a little bit of laundry out there, yellow. Yellow, that
Guttery with the
was,
carry.
looks like probably a
Evans with
hold.
the tackle.
Yep, going to be a hold, going to come back. So
I don't think that's any dandelions out there, but he just had a really good fake move. He put that ball in one hand and faked the pitch and moved forward, so neat to see those plays come back. That's part of the game.
6:11 left, first quarter. We are in Osborne, Kansas. As the elevator across the way says, "Go Dogs." Rick Meyer, along with John Bowden. Rick is the new Faith Lutheran preacher, and he grew up around Gaylord, Kansas. Was a Beaver for a while, coached by Jim Muck. Then went to Smith Center, and then Manhattan High. And you were around some superior athletes down in Manhattan for cross-country runners.
Oh my gosh, it was just absolutely amazing. They're some of the best in the state.
Here's a double shotgun formation. Guttery wants to throw. He's looking down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he dropped the ball. Wide open for a touchdown. Down on the near side was Ryland
Pass
Hacker.
intended for Rodney Klein Hackett. Ball through his fingertips. Was down. Incomplete.
It was, he was running in the end zone to get the candy
4
before he had the
11 for the
ball.
Bulldogs.
Yes, he was. I think it was here on Osborne Field one time I did that playing baseball against Osborne, a shortstop. I was trying to throw him out thinking about how we won the game, and I forgot the ball went right between my legs.
So first pass of the day by Guttery should have been a touchdown, but unfortunately Hacker Klein didn't come down with it. So it's going to be 4th down and 12, 5:59 to go, first quarter. Osborne 8, Rock Hill 0. Guttery under center I formation. That is Mason Schur and Dayton Lance. Guttery wants to throw again. He swings it out on the right side, our side, near side to Mason Schur. He doesn't quite get it. He moves back to the middle, and he is hit and knocked down there by Grant Myers and by
Pass complete to Mason
Lawson
Schur.
Lance, and that's going to hold
For a 5-yard
Osborne
pickup. The
on
tackle
4 downs, Rick.
by
What a
Evans.
great defensive stand by Rock Hills. Thinking about all they've overcome. To be
Grant
able to stand
Myers
down there after that
finished
tough
him off.
turnover.
First down
Down
for
near the
the
red zone
Grizzlies.
just should give them some confidence.
So
At
Rock
the
Hill's playing tough here.
23-yard
They've had a
line.
couple of turnovers, so they'd be right in this game. Here's an option by Jacobs, and he's going to run around the right end, gain of about 3 yards.
Unfortunately,
And
Fortunately, there's a flag on the play.
And we have about half the plays have been laundry. Jacob Berry, 5'10", 160-pound senior. He was 1 for 7 passing last week against Axtell and 3 for 35 rushing in a 62-14 loss. So they're going to back it up here. What a beautiful night. Temperatures in the, high 60s probably, Rick?
I believe so. Just like you said, just an absolutely picturesque evening, and wonderful to sit out here as the lights start coming on around the field.
Hope all you farmers are bringing beans in, and combine operators filling it over the bins and doing a good job for you. Here's an option to Grant Myers on the near side, which is our side, the north side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. He's tackled there by Ryland Klein.
Grant Myers with the carry. Packard with the
Dave
tackle.
Lance and Ryland Klein make the
Gain of-
tackle.
Gain of 10, it'll be second
Gain
and
of
a
about
long
3
10.
by Grant Myers.
And he just did such a great job of hanging on to that ball until he had to get rid of it, and by flip pitching it late, he gave some opportunity to gain some ground.
That's Myers' third carry of the night for 30 yards, and it's Myers again, and to be knocked down for a loss of about 3.
Grant Myers with
So
the
it's going
carry,
to bring up
but Guttery with
third
the
and
tackle in
about
the
17,
backfield.
Rick.
Yes, they did. Mason Schur and Garmin got ready to
Third
get through the
down,
line,
14.
get the hand on that back, clear in the backfield, just did a great job defensively.
4:48 to go, first quarter, District 4 action in Kansas. You're listening to C96.3 The Lake and Katy Country online, katycountry94.com. Here's a pass by Jacob Berry, and looked like he slipped there, and the receiver slipped. He was intending it for Grant Myers, and it's going to be incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete.
The first pass by Jacob Berry there. Grant Myers back in punt formation. 4:34 to go, first quarter, 8-0. Grant Myers missed the first game of the year, and then he came back last week pretty strong. And here's Mason Schur at the 32. He's across the 40, going to come to our side, the near side. He's across the 35 to 31, and tackled there.
Mason Schur with a 20-yard return.
Punt that time by Grant Myers, and a gain of
Jacob Berry with
17 on the return.
hold on first down.
Yeah, and Goltry was back there. He had a good chance to block the punt, but looks like he rolled up and was afraid of getting a penalty. But what a nice return and good blocking up front.
4:22 to go, first quarter, 8-0, Osborne. Rock Hills took the opening kickoff, went 63 yards and fumbled it down around the 17. Osborne took it 63 yards themselves in for a score for a Mason Schur run and a Mason Schur extra point run. Here's Guttery and the option. He pitches it to Schur. He's across the 20 to the 15 to the 10, and he's dragging a man all the way down to
Mason Schur with
the
the
5-yard
carry.
line.
Picking up 25
Just looked like
yards.
he put it in 4 low as he had the defender hooked onto his
Eli Vance with the tackle. Bulldogs first down.
Eli Vance is a 5'11",
At the
210-pound
7-yard
freshman. And he was
line.
trying to bulldog Mason Schur, but the senior kept pounding his wheels and pumping, and was running hard like he was like you were running up a hill in a cross-country meet.
Yes, he was.
So it's going to bring first down and goal for Osborne. 3:56 to go. 8-0 Osborne over Rock Hill. Osborne comes in 2-1, 2-0 district play, and this is going to be a direct snap to Dayton Lance, and he's going to go inside the 3, and he's hit hard there for the Osborne Bulldogs. Looks like that was Dave Myers on the tackle. Nice hit that time by a young freshman, Rick.
Boy, those defenders really came in quick. I thought
Second and
Lance had a
goal
good
from the
opening, just
2.
cutting through cutting out an angle to the southwest, but those defenders came through and stopped him.
Connor Cozon and Nate Myers with the tackle.
And it's going to be second down and goal from about the 2, just about like a PAT run.
Yes, it is. It should be interesting to see whether they run it or whether they try to.
Ronnie Thompson, a transfer from Utah, 6'6", 215, is on the far side. And it looks like it's going to be a direct snap by Guttery, and he runs in and stops 3 yards out. Touchdown, Osborne. 3:04
Go
to go.
Guttery in for a Bulldog
Guttery,
touchdown. 2 yards.
He's going to give him 2 carries for 8 yards and a touchdown. So with 3:04 to go in the first quarter, Doak Guttery, the 6'2", 180 sophomore quarterback, is in for his first touchdown of the game. And the PAT pending, 3:04 to go, 14-0. Osborne over Rock Hills. here is Guttery and Mason Sure. It's going to be an option left to the far side, to the south side. And Guttery is in there for the, so just like Mason Sure,
Guttery in for the point after, 3:04 after the second quarter.
Guttery's going to have a 3-yard run and a 3-yard
Rockhill
PAT to make it 16-0 with 3:04 to go. You're listening to Friday Night Football on C96.3 The Lake, KTDY, KTDY94.com.
We have a happy birthday wishes to Olivia Mans, 12th birthday. Happy birthday, Olivia Mans.
And
results from the tennis team for match at Victoria. Number 1 singles, Gracie Ryder took first.
16-0 lead over
Number 2
Rock Hill,
singles, Blair Walters
13:04
took
to go.
first.
In the
Number 1 doubles, Allison Brenner and Grace William for third place.
Hunter is offside.
John Bowden along with Rick Meyer back in Osborne. 3:04 to go, 16-0 Osborne. We have a Mason Sure 17-yard run, and his PAT run made it 8-0. 30-yard run, and his run made it 16-0. Osborne had a huge win last week in the 58-8 win at Lakeside to move up to second in the district behind Thunder Ridge, who's playing a key district game tonight in Kensington. Dusty Dynas with the call on 94.1 against Lakeside. Mason Sure last week had, he was NCKS Sports Athlete of the Week with 9 carries, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had 3 receptions for 18 yards and a touchdown. And here's Grant Myers from the 20 to the 25 to the 30, and he's out across the 32. He's going to have pretty good field position that time for the Rock Hills Grizzlies.
Grant Meyer with the carry.
Just really good speed up the middle.
Blake Guttery with the ankle
Defenders
tackle.
closed in, but just his speed got him a nice game.
Yeah, first and 10 for the Grizzlies.
First and 10 for the Grizzlies. They
32.
moved the ball a little bit. They've got a couple fumbles and a penalty, but they're definitely moving the ball. Defensively out there for Osborne. And here is Jacob Berry with a option to the far side, the south side, their right side, and it's going to be a gain of about 1 inch, Rick.
I believe so. He was looking
Kindig and Kane on the
option.
tackle.
He decided to keep it, but those defenders closed in quick for the stop.
Very short gain.
So it's going to be
Second down, 9.
down and about 9 for the Rock Hills Grizzlies. 0-2 on the year. And here is a great play that time by Grady Walters. He beat the offensive guard that time and the tight end. Got in there on Nate Myers and tackled him for a 2-yard loss, Rick.
Well, they were bringing their defensive backs up for the blitz, and they called it right on that one. They were right through the gaps.
So -2 on that play. It's going to bring it up 3rd down and 11 for Rock Hills. 2:02 to go, first quarter, 16-0. And here's Jacob Berry being pressured, and he's going to run out the far side, the right side, and he's going to step out of bounds after a gain of about 7. And looks like he had some room on that far side over there, Rick, and then they're going to broke down. And looked like Grady Walters and
4th and 5 for the Grizzlies.
going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he gained another 2 or 3 yards, but he must have stepped on the line on the far side there.
1:52 to go. Touchdowns by Sure and Guthrie lead the Bulldogs to a 16-0. Looks like it's going to be punt. It's a low punt, about a 17-yard punt. Mason Sure to the right side, to the near side. He's going down the sideline. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Mason Sure on a 65-yard touchdown punt return for the Osborne Bulldogs. And the blocking was incredible on this near side, Rick.
Boy, it really was. And he just picked that ball up on the bounce, and he had, like you said, great blocking, and he flipped on the turbocharger, so he just flew down that side.
It was a very low punt by Grant Myers, Rock Hills, and like you said, it just bounced right into Sure. And once he missed that the first down guy, sprinter down, and he had a super block out there that could be a nominee for our H&R Block of the Game. The block of the game is sponsored by H&R Block and Beloit. For all your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs, get the expertise you deserve. H&R Block and Beloit. Never settle for less. Keep that block in mind right there. I'm pretty sure it was Dayton Lance who hit the flyer out of bounds so that he could secure the sideline and get it there. Here's Guthrie under the center, and he tried to hand off to Dayton Lance, and it was a fumble. The ball flew down, and Lance, actually that was Guthrie who recovered the fumble. He tried to flip it to Dayton Lance that time.
But the ball fumbled into the end zone.
Fumbled it into the end zone.
One after good for the Bulldogs.
Guthrie recovered it.
Well, first I thought maybe they were watching some old Tom Osborne Nebraska films with that Bunker or something. It worked out well for him.
1:37 to go, first quarter, 24-0. We have a Mason Sure run of 17 yards, a Bill Guthrie run of 3 yards, a 63-yard touchdown punt returned by Mason Sure, and one.
Osborne defeated Bennington last week. High school cross country at Smith Center. Osborne girls team took first place.
And back in Osborne, John Book along with Rick Myers tonight. Rick has left the confines of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, where he was in Osceola, Nebraska for a couple years as a preacher pastor, and looks like the kick that time by Osborne, that's Lincoln Cone, who kicked it into the end zone there, Rick.
Yeah, it was really low kick, got it through there. Smartly just let it go in the end zone rather than trying to make a play and making a mistake.
Grizzlies take over for
So Rick, how did you
15
become
touchdowns.
a preacher after you majored in agronomy from K-State and was messing with soil and water in Kearney?
Well, I'd like to brag that I have my degree in mud, but a lot of people encouraged me to go to ministry over the years.
First down 10 for Rock Hills in their own territory on the
Nate Myers
15.
with the carry.
1:27 to go. First quarter,
Dalton Gardner with the
24-0 Osborne. We have a punt return by Mason Sure, a 17-yard run by Mason Sure, and a 3-yard run by Guthrie, and they each have the PAT point conversion, making it 24-0 deep in the first quarter. And here's Rock Hills. Jacob Berry under center. He's going to have to counter it. He's going to roll right. It's going to be an option, and there's a flag, and he's going to pick up 2 yards on the option. I think he meant to hand it off inside to Grant Myers, but he missed him, and he rolled outside. And it looks like we're probably going to have a hold on the right guard, Rick.
Yeah, it looks like he did. Like you said, I think he missed the handoff, but he improvised well, and it's unfortunate us get called back, but he tried to make the most of a bad situation.
Third carry for Berry for a total of 8 yards.
Bulldogs chose to take the down, decline the penalty.
And the holding penalty is going to be declined.
Third down
56 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's Osborne 24 and Rock Hills 0. Third down and 10 from the Rock Hills 15-yard line. And here's Berry wanting to pass, and he's got nobody downfield. He's running around scrambling, and he's going to be sacked right there by Sam Kindig. Sam Kindig.
Jacob Berry back to pass, pressure in the backfield by Sam
Well, he
Kindig.
did. He showed a lot of agility out there, a lot of strength.
For a 10-yard loss.
Out there, and was able to get a hold of him.
Fourth down and about a mile. Something that you would like very much, running a mile, but when you're trying to get a mile in football, it's a little bit different than cross country, isn't it, Rick?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So Grant Myers in the end zone, and Mason Sure back on his own 35-yard line. And it looked like the ball was shanked out of bounds. And probably, I would hope that he was kicking that away from Mason Sure, which looks like he's going to, but looks like it's going to be first down for Osborne after a short punt. And
goes out of bounds at the
25-yard line of
24-yard
Rock
line.
Hills, Rick.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, once
first
again,
down.
Osborne had great pressure, almost had another punt block. They were getting in there and putting some pressure on that punter. And here we go again.
1st and 10, Osborne from the Rock Hills 25, leading 24-0 with 10 seconds to go. And here is Mason Schur driving his legs, being
Mason
tackled
Schur with
that
the
time
carry.
by
Eli Vance with the
Eli Vance,
tackle.
5'11", 210 freshman with the monster.
At the end of the first quarter, off the
That's where
24.
the guy's twice the size of Mason.
Grizzlies
He's so
0.
high. Mason keeps running it hard and using his legs. And after 1 quarter, it's the homestanding Osborne Bulldogs 24, Rock Hill 0. You're listening to high school football. John Duncan along with Rick Meyer on 96.3 The Lake, KCTY, KDCountry94.com.
The speed we're seeing out here on the field tonight.
Yeah, they do have a good weight program. Steve Tiernan and the previous coaches have all specified that they need to lift weights in the summer and have a good track program. Here's a direct snap to Dayton Lance. He's across the 15 down to the 12, gain of about 4 yards that time, going to make it 1st down. And Dayton Lance
with the carry.
made a nice change from being a tight end last week to a fullback this week, Rick.
Yeah, he really has, and the defender did a really good job. Number 5, I believe it was, got a really good job of getting down low on him to make the tackle. But boy, he gets out there and really mobile and zigzagging around.
So up front for the Bulldogs, Thompson, Kendig, Walters, Goheen, and you got to check that guy that took Lance's spot. Looks like we have number 2 out there on the left side, and that's going to be Hunter Howell. Hunter Howell is the left end tonight, Rick.
Just a really good freshman. His dad talks about how he has really good intuitive football sense, and from what I've seen so far, I believe it.
Looks like we're going to have offside on the defense. Rock Hills, here's a handoff to Schur. He darts into the end zone from the left side. Really good athletic leg movement that time, Rick.
Boy, he really did. He was high-stepping like he was going across alligators like James Bond on some of those movies, but he really did. He's very athletic.
So 6 carries for 35 yards for Mason Schur. Again, last week he had 19 carries for 209 carries for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns, and being named the NCKS Athlete of the Week. If you want to nominate your athlete, get a hold of Dusty or Wade, or email or text the station, and you got to nominate your kid in order to, or player, in order for them to be the NCKS Sportsman of the Week. So there's a carry by Osborne, and it's going to be short of the 2-point line that time. That was Ryland Klein, and it's going to be unsuccessful, but the 5-yard carry by Mason Schur, 11:15 to go in the second quarter, makes it 30-0. You're listening to high school football on C96.3 Lake KZTY, KZTY94.com. Kicking off, going to be picked up by Grant Myers, the junior at the 5. He's across the 20 to the 25, all the way out near the 30. A nice little run that time by Grant Myers,
with the
junior.
carry.
Boy, he really does. If he got down low and he just kept the wheels started until he was literally on the ground. He really has a lot of fight. I just love seeing that.
11:05 to go, beautiful
28.
line here. Upper 60s, maybe low 70s. But Rick, have you found the right running course down here in Osborne yet, around the river and down through the Shitty Bend Golf Course? And how's your running and conditioning going since you moved to Osborne?
It's coming along.
There's Nate Myers, the freshman, who took the opening kickoff for his first game of his life,
Myers with the
77 yards
carry.
against Lakeside at
Gunner
Mankato 2
with
weeks
the
ago.
tackle.
Going to pick up about 3 yards on the carry. Going to bring up second down at about 7. 10:48 to go in the second quarter. Osborne 30, Rock Hill 0. Rock Hill just battled hard in here. They've got a couple of too many flags and a couple of fumbles, Rick.
Boy, they really have. They've had some bad luck, but they just keep plugging away at it.
Here's a handoff to the near side, our side, the far side, the north side to Nate Myers. He's going to pick up about
Myers
1.
with the carry.
And
Sam Kindig with the tackle.
so Sam Kindig with the
Third
tackle.
down 8.
Bring third down and
30.
8. So that's going to be Nate Myers' 4th carry of the night. Going to pick up a yard that time. He's got 4 carries for 20 yards. 10:11 to go, second quarter. Osborne had a huge win last week against Lakeside, and it certainly doesn't look like they're going to let down tonight, Rick.
No, it doesn't. They're just persistent there. We had a lot of pressure on defense on that play to stop them from going to the game.
Looks like we're getting some
A gang of Bulldogs on that tackle.
Looks like Dalton Garman got in there for
Fourth down and 9.
Nate Myers on the carry for another
Tennessee
yard
will
gain.
compete
It'll be
at
fourth down and
Waukegan
about
tomorrow.
9 that time.
High school volleyball played
5
at
carries,
Middlevale.
21 yards for the
Varsity
freshman
defeated
for
Southern
Rock
Cloud
Hill.
and Lincoln in 2. JV defeated Lincoln
Fourth
in
down and
2.
about 9 with 9:29 to go in the second quarter. It is Osborne 30 and Rock Hill 0. Here's Jacob Berry to the pass. He's going to the far side running. He's got Guttery and several Osborne players running there, including Garman. And he's going to be hit and knocked out there by Ryland Klein. And looks like it's going to be short of the first down, so it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Osborne Bulldogs, Rick.
Yeah, boy, he really stretched it out.
Fumble on
He
the
gave up a
play.
little bit short.
Bulldogs
You have to bring it
recover.
to the defenders. And
Take over
John,
first
you asked
down.
about my running a little while ago. And here
the
earlier this time I was
36
out
yard
running.
line.
Had 2 Badgers turn around and tell me not to join their runs.
Tomorrow,
So watch out for
Osborne,
the Badgers.
I hope you ran
Volleyball will
away.
host
Yes, I
a
did.
round robin
9:13 to go,
tournament
second
with
quarter.
Lakeside.
Osborne,
Logan,
who probably
Shelby
should be in
Lucas,
the top
Stockton,
5,
and
they're
Osborne.
slightly outside
But
the
watch
number
the Lady
6 or 7.
Dogs
But here's
compete
Guttery
starting
under
at
center
8 o'clock in the
at
morning.
the Rock Hills 35-yard line. There's a handoff to Dayton Lance. He picks up about 7 yards. Really like how Dayton Lance is filled in there, Rick. He was a
Dayton
right
Lance
tight
with
end a
the
week
carry right
ago,
up the middle.
and he stepped in there tonight and is really running hard.
Myers with the
Well, he
tackle.
really is. It just says a lot about the attitude
Gain
of
of
the
9,
team. It says
second
a lot
and 1.
about the coaches and the parents. When kids are willing to make adjustments and just do what they have to do, and when somebody goes out for an injury, and make the most for everybody.
If anybody didn't hear, Connor Schur is out for the year with a major knee injury last week against Lakeside. Here's a handoff against Mason Schur, or to Mason Schur. He's going to pick up the first down and gain about 7
Mason
that time.
Schur with
But he
the
doesn't
carry
get
right
down,
up the middle.
cutting up in there and then darting
Very
back,
good.
Rick.
Boy, he
And
really does.
Lucy
His
with
vision's
the
really
tackle.
good. Just very
First down for the
impressive.
Bulldogs.
And to have that
At
agility
the 19.
for kids at home, that's why you want to work on strength. That's why you want to work on core strength and leg strength and just all the little things in every athletic event.
We're going to bring up first down for Osborne inside the Rock Hills 20. And 8:33 to go, 30-0 Osborne. And huge game up in Kendi tonight. Dusty Dinas has the call on 94.1. We'll get a score here in a little bit, but Lakeside at Thunder Ridge. Thunder Ridge is leading the District 4 with Osborne in second place, and here is Gutter and that's a direct snap to Dayton Lance. He's going to throw down, and one-handed catch down there by the quarterback, Coach Gutter. Dayton Lance took the snap, rolled to the right, the far side, the south side, and threw it into the end zone from 20 yards out, and Coach Gutter was as good or better of pass.
Pass from Dayton Lance to go Guttery.
That's as good a pass as the Oklahoma kid intercepting Nebraska on fourth down there, Rick.
Oh, absolutely. If you saw that in the Colorado Buffalo Stadium or the Penn State Wildcat Stadium, it'd be on ESPN Plus, or it'd be on ESPN as one of the top plays of the week. Just an outstanding catch.
That was tremendous. I thought he was just going to run it, and he ended up throwing in there. And Doak was lined up on the right side of the tight end.
Dayton Lance with the carry. Taken down in the backfield by Connor Kozond.
8:06 to go
8:06 in the second quarter. Osborne
Rick Meyer,
36,
Osborne leads
Grizzlies 0.
36-0 on a Dayton Lance 20-yard pass to Joe Guthrie. Dayton Lance's extra point. He runs it still good, bringing it up to 36-0. Listen to high school football on B96.3 the late Community Live. You're a motivational speaker, you're a
Faith, Titus principles,
Levi Noel,
I'm not about growing up on the farm around here, but just all the principles you learn in small town America and rural America and all the community, faith in Jesus Christ, wonderful parents, it goes through, talks about my running career where I've run up to 139,000 miles in my life.
And here's Grant Myers on the return. Kickoff down there by the Osborne Bulldogs, and Myers brings it back to about 12 yards to 30. To be first down and 30, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. It is Osborne 36 and Rock Hill
Results
0.
on the girls' side yesterday. Maya Kindig first, but Kate Kindig first, Maya Schweitzer second, Chloe Barron fourth, Helen Carlin fifth,
How'd that go?
Hayden
It went really well.
sixth.
They had a great turnout, great participation, spectators. And that was my very first meet 40 years ago, so I thought I'd be right back out on that course.
And here is a pitch by Jacob Berry, and it goes behind Nate Myers, the freshman tailback, and it's going to be the third turnover for the Grizzlies of the first half. And Osborne's going to have excellent field position at the Rock Hills 22-yard line. I don't think Jacob Berry was either walked by an Osborne defender or he didn't see it and he pitched it out there and it was behind Nate Myers, Rick.
It looked like it was pitched behind him. I'm not sure why it was, but it was pitched behind him. But they just one of those situations where mistakes happen in a split second.
So what?
And talking about Osborne's ranking, one of the things my high school coach, Bill Congleton, who's a Hall of Fame coach, and, you know, he always told us, he said, we'll see who's laughing in November.
Yep. Play the game in September and October, but the real game started in November. And especially in the fall, you've got cross-country tennis, volleyball, and football. It's those teams that just get better and better. And Steve Terran knows how to make his teams better and adjust. That he never really got adjusted after losing 6 seniors on a state championship team in 19, but he's got them going this year. You're listening to high school football on Z96.3 The Lake. We'll be back.
Seventh grade boys results from yesterday. Porter Choate first. Seventh grade boys results from yesterday. Porter Choate first place. Zane Betzel third. Eighth grade girls. Rye Burchesselli first place. Mary Carlin third. Seventh girls Georgia Licks took first. Abby Rigney was second. The junior high volleyball and football were defeated at Lincoln last night.
The Osborne Bulldogs lead 36-0 after 7:53 left in the second quarter, and here's a high toss to Ryland Klein. Ryland Hacker at Klein takes it for a 1-yard gain. And how does a Gaylord Beaver, Smith Center, Redmond, and Manhattan Indian go through K-State, get up to Kearney, and then get back into your home area of Osborne, Kansas in about, what, 40 years?
Something like that, yes. I left here 30 years ago. I studied agronomy, started out as a crop consultant, but had allergies to both pollen and parathion, which is a pesticide, and that eventually led to ministry, and just great to be back in home area.
High formation, a little mix-up there on the quarterback. We've got a lot of new guys in there running the ball now. And that handoff there went to Dalton Garman, and it looks like Garman was trying to go right. The quarterback was trying to get it to him left. The quarterback is Clay Guttery, the freshman brother of Doak Guttery. So we got a lot of new players in here, Rick.
It's great to see those younger kids get some experience and be able to get in there. You never know when they're going to need to be, but it helps them develop for next year too, as well as later on in the season.
Looks like we got Dalton Garman at fullback. We have Hunter Howell at running back, and Hunter Howell gets it. He's going to gain about 2 that time. They got the snap and they
Hunter
got
Howell with the
the
carry.
handoff out there, and he just kind of followed his blockers out there and picked up a couple yards, Rick.
Yes, he did. And the defenders were out there waiting, but he did a good job of trying to play for as many yards as he's able.
Looks like it's going to bring up about 4th down and 9. So one of the greatest announcers in Osborne down here, and one of the greatest, they have one of the greatest band teachers. I just lost their name for the lack of names right now. Getting old, and I reckon I'll think of it in just a little bit, but you don't get anybody better PA announcers or band leaders than you do down here. Here's a pass out to Dawson Lance, and he's going to take it for about 7 yards. The pass went from Clay Guttery to Dawson Lance, and it is going for about 7 yards there, Rick.
Well, he just laid that in there real nicely. He was able to, Lance was able to reach out there and grab the ball and take it for a few more yards. But just a really nice pass play, especially, you know, for here in 8-man, well, any level 8-man football, but just really slick. And John, it's when you get older, it's just simple. There's a lot more to remember.
Quite make it to the first down marker. Grizzlies take over first down at the 12.
They'll take over from their own 15-yard line after the 4th down. And here's a handoff inside to, looks like we've got a lot of new kids in there for Rock Hills. No, that was Jacob Berry.
Robbie Thompson with the tackle.
That was Nate Myers in there. And so we still have the starters in there for Rock Hills, and it looks like we have several subs in there for Rock Hills also.
And that's good those kids are able to get some practice after having to miss due to sickness.
2nd down and 8. There's another fumble, and Jacob Berry just didn't get it out of his hand very well, and it's going to be recovered by Hunter Howell.
Hunter Howell with the fumble recovery. Bulldogs take over
and fell on the ball
at the 15.
Yep, so Osborne's going to have excellent field position.
Results from the many different activities this week during homecoming week.
Osborne.
Overall placings, the juniors took first, seniors took second, 7th grade was third, 8th grade fourth, the sophomores took
football
5th
classifications
place,
come out this year.
and the 6th grade
yesterday,
took
Rick,
7th place.
there's going to be new association, and they're going to award a state championship to 6-man in the state of Kansas. They had to have at least 25 teams, and they got 26 teams. Chase and Southern Cloud in our area will be members of the 6-man association. And here is Clay Guttery keeping the ball. He cuts inside, cuts back outside. He's going to be close to a first down. And Clay Guttery gains
with the
8 yards there. It's going to be 2nd down and 2nd. But anyway, there's lots of changes in football classifications. Rock Hills is going to go back up to 8-man 1. Osborne, Thunder Ridge, Kennington, St. John's, Pike Valley will stay at 8-man 2. But the big changes are there's 25 teams and 6-man that the state of Kansas is going to award a state championship at the end of the year.
Well, John, you know a lot about 6-man football. You come from one of the top 6-man programs in the country out in Colorado.
I really did. I know Colorado won the first 11 out of 27, and with a huge 6-man factory out there. And here is, looks like that is Clay Guttery, and he's going to be knocked down by brothers Grant and Nate Myers.
Boy, got some good speed out there. Had some blockers. Defenders come up. I hand it to the Rock Hills kids. They're just continue to play hard. Just very impressive.
Yeah, they're a lot more together than
First
we're
goal for the Bulldogs
kids a week ago, 2 weeks ago against Lakeside. But they're playing harder, and they got some veteran kids in there. And yeah, they're if it weren't for the penalties and the speed of Osborne, they would be right in this thing. But Osborne took what they could get, and the 3 turnovers by Rock Hills has really hurt them. 4:09 to go in the 2nd quarter. 36 for Osborne and 0 for Rock Hills. And we were just talking about football classification changes. The only big change around the area, Great Bend's going to go from 4A to 5A, and then in 2A there's a few changes. Gibson, southeast of Saline's going to go from 3A to 2A. Larned, which was 3A, is going to go to 2A, which Lloyd's 2A. Phillipsburg's 2A, Norton's 2A. And so you're going to get Larned and Riley County that was 3A go to 2A. And then Russell, who just joined the MCL last year, We're going to go from 3A to 2A. So that's the big changes. We'll get to the small school changes in just a little bit. You're listening to Z96.3 The Lake, KZDY. John Bowden along with Rick Meyer watching the Osborne Bulldogs. And here's a handoff by the Osborne Bulldogs.
Dawson Lanson for a 4-yard touchdown run.
Dawson Lanson there for the touchdown. The handoff was
4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Osborne 42,
Dawson
Grizzlies
Lanson,
0.
and he's going to run in there for a 3-yard gain. So with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, we have Osborne 42 and Rock Hill 0. That was a Dawson Lance, brother of Dayton Lance.
Powered right up the middle.
3-yard run. The PAT is coming up, and it looks like we are going to have Dawson Lance on the direct snap.
Dawson Lanson for the point after.
And it is 44-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. So a Dawson Lance 3-yard run and a Dawson Lance makes it 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. The homecoming Osborne Bulldogs on homecoming again. We want to congratulate Mason Shirt and Blair Walton for being the king of Queen this year, and Rick and I were never kings of anything. So.
No, we weren't.
Smith Center, so there's 42 schools, including 29 in 1A now, Rick. So sometimes they say it's kind of watered down to 29 schools. They'll have very competitive 1A championship this year. Swift kick by Osborne, and it's picked up there by, it was picked up there by number 2. He fumbled the ball, and I believe Hunter Howell, actually that was number 12. Rylan Hacker Klein picked that fumble up on the kickoff, Rick.
Boy, he did a great job. Of course, he was remember that 4-on-1 relay that got second state last year, and they also would have gotten second in 2A as well. So they just have great speed, great agility, and a lot of power. It shows up on plays like that.
So next week, Osborne will host Hanover, and Hanover is the so many state championships in a row, I can hardly tell you, but I think it's like 8 in a row and 8 out of the last 12, but there's certainly a quality football team, and I guarantee you there's a Bruno on that Hanover team. So here is Osborne in the Hunter Howell shotgun formation, and he keep it. Actually, I'm sorry, that's Clay Guttery again, the 5'7", 140-pound freshman. And he ran around the left side, which is the near side, the north side, and picked up about 7. Nice run that time by Clay Guttery, Rick.
Boy, he really did. He did a great job. Got upfield and made some moves. And John, you're talking about Hanover. I was told at one time after John Briggins, the great fullback, retired, they asked, what's the hardest hitting team you ever played against? He's on ESPN and he said Hanover.
Yep, the great John Briggins was just up the road in Centralia. So here is Osborne in shotgun formation. That is Clay Guttery. He's going to keep it. Cuts back to his left, cuts back to his right, and there's a flag there. And on the tackle for Rock Hills is Nate Myers and Wyatt Everett. Wyatt Everett is a 5'10", 185 junior for Rock Hills, and it looks like we're going to have a holding with 3:09 to go in the second quarter. Osborne 44 and Rock Hills 0. So Rock Hills has a brutal schedule, Rick, and they lost a game that was canceled, I assume, by COVID with Lynn, and then they played Lakeside at Rock Hills, lost 64-6, and then they played Axtell, who's number 2 in District 3, in 8-man 2, 62-14, and then they're here tonight trailing 44-0 at Osborne, and then it doesn't get any easier as they go to Thunder Ridge and Kensington next week.
Boy, no, it doesn't. Just considering what they've been through with the losses and the sick kids, that just says a lot about Coach Havenstein. I don't know much about him, but just the fact he's first-year coach, has these kids playing hard. To me, that just says a lot about him and how he relates to the kids and his attitude, where he's probably going to take this program.
Yeah, they just have 2 seniors on the squad, Jacob Berry and Buck Lutke at guard, so the future is bright. Rock Hills has made the playoffs 8 out of the last 14 years, Rick.
That's very impressive.
Here's Clay Guttery with another keeper. He's going to lose a yard, and he's knocked down there by Grant Myers. And it looks like Nate Myers is in on the play.
Kenworthy and Myers with the tackle.
It was Isaiah
Loss
Ridgway.
of 2, third down, 17.
Third down and 17. And looks like it is Osborne ball inside the Rock Hills 35-yard line. And looks like Clay Guttery's going to go under center. He's going to toss it out to Hunter Howell, who loses about 2 yards that time.
Hunter Howell with the carry, came down the backfield.
5 yards.
Tackled by Kenworthy for a loss.
Well, Ethan Kenworthy for Rock Hills just did a great job of getting in the backfield and being able to take the running back down, but got to hand it to Kenworthy on being able to get through the line and making a play.
Yeah, Coach Turner is
Marcy
about
Lance is
Rock
the
Hill's size.
subway
They go
fan of the
250,
game.
225, 215, 190, and 210 up front, and they're all underclassmen. So the future is very bright for Rock Hills up front.
Boy, it is. It looks like they have some good quickness there, along with that size.
Here's a shotgun formation by Clay Guttery. He wants to pass. He's going to throw it downfield, intended for Lincoln Cone. And also down there was Ronnie Thompson, a 6'6", 215 transfer from Utah. And I hope that's a high school from Utah, not the Utah Utes. You know that
Pass by Guttery, falls
NCAA Division I
incomplete.
portal.
Grizzlies
Everybody
take
transferred
over on
everywhere.
downs.
Maybe Steve Turner went through the portal and got a Division I
First down
player.
at the 40.
Never know.
1:09 to go in the second quarter. Osborne leads Rock Hills 44-0. And Rock Hills is going to take it over on the 40 after the downs. Here's a handoff to Grant Myers. He's to the right side, the north side, which is our side. He's going to run across the 40 to the 35.
Dalton Garvin.
5 yards there by Grant
And
Myers.
Lucas Kane.
And he is up to 24 yards on 4
Here's the 4, second down.
Yeah, he's just running really well, and considering the size and just doing a great job of getting upfield. And that line's playing fairly well considering everything.
So here's Jacob Berry, handoff to Nate Myers, the freshman, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards. Another nice counter that time on the left side, the far side. And with the clock running under 30 seconds, Osborne leads 44-0. Rick?
It looks like it's going to be about 6 inches short of the first down, give or take. And he was stretching out. It just looks like he went a little short, but still another down to get a couple downs to try to get the first down.
Yeah, Nate Myers has 7 carries for 28 yards to lead Rock Hills tonight. And with 25 seconds to go in the half, it is Osborne 44 and Rock Hills 0. You're listening to high school football, Z96.3 The Lake, KCTY, and KDCountry94.com. John going along with Rick Meyer here, where Rock Hills is going for it on third and one. Pass from Jacob Berry to Grant Myers is incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down at about 1 with 20 seconds to go in the half, Rick.
Boy, I thought it was a nice pass. He just wasn't able to catch it, but did a great job of trying to. But unfortunately, it fell down and the ball fell out of his hands. And like you said, fourth down.
So Osborne leads 44-0. Sure's got a 17-yard run, a 3-yard run, and a 63-yard punt return. and it looks like the freshman Nate Myers, who leads Rock Hills in rushing, is going to pick up the 3 yards for the first down.
Yeah, he got down low, and the defender was able to get down low and eventually tackle him, but he got his back up and down there and just really bolted through there for the first down.
So it looks like we're going to have a timeout here with 15 seconds to go in the first half. We want to make sure and thank our sponsors tonight for broadcasting this game, and they include Main Street Grub, Beach and Hardwood Attorneys at Osborne and Smith Center, Oast Furniture and Cabinetry at Mankato, Bonner Welding and Jewel, Remus Farm, Solomon Valley Vision at Osborne, Farmer and Merchants Bank in Copper City, Brush Art, Midway Co-op, Clinton Insurance, State Bank of Down, Next Tech, Bucket Autos and Trailers, Law Office of Scott Wright and Beloit, Farmway Credit Union, Hometown Insurance Agency in Tipton, Heber Brothers Automotive, Cunningham Telephone, Cable, Guarantee State Bank and Trust. We'll be back. And there is a fumble, and Jacob Berry picks it up and gets about 5 yards out of that. So something making something out of nothing there, Rick.
Yeah, it really was. Heads-up play. He kept his composure, reached down, and just darted forward for the best he could there.
Other sponsors we want to thank are Guarantee State Bank and Trust, Cunningham Telephone and Cable, NCK Tech Beloit, Agmark LLC, Central National Bank of Beloit, Mankato, Central Valley Ag Wildlife Property, Hometown Insurance Agency in Tipton, and Heber Brothers Automotive. Thank you folks so much for sponsoring games on Katy Country 94 and Z96.3 The Lake. Without you sponsors, we couldn't be here enjoying ourselves watching and broadcasting these games. Rick?
Boy, it's just all those wonderful sponsors. We appreciate them so much, and being able for the community to listen to these kids play.
So it's going to bring up second down, and Grant Myers has it on the near side, which is the north side. And he's going to be hit and knocked down there after a gain of about 3, and that is going to be the half. So after one half, it's going to be Osborne 44 and Lakeside 0. You're listening to high school football from Osborne on C96.3 The Lake, KZDY, and KZDY.com. A little bit we need to run downstairs. We got a little bit more run down there eagerly.
Team, and because football, all sports bring the community together for evenings like this.
Yep, and it's a beautiful evening in Osborne. Glad my old roommate and buddy Rick Myers could join us tonight, and hope you guys out there that are combining beans and everybody staying safe out there, getting your beans in, and hope you have a successful harvest no matter what you're harvesting. And as we get ready to kick off the second half here, Rock Hills is going to kick down the near side, which is the north side, and Ryland Pye's going to take it, and the game could be over. 40, 30, 20, 25, 10, 5, touchdown! Ryland Pye has taken the opening kickoff of the second half, 69 yards, and that will end the game, folks. A 69-yard kickoff return for Ryland Hackett Klein. Picked that up and went 69 yards, Rick.
Boy, he really did. He was patient and waiting for things to open up, and he just flipped on the turbochargers and away.
So what a way to kick off the second half. That's the second time in 2 years that that's happened to me. He gets for a great halftime. And by the way, thank you to Heber Brothers .com and Heber Brother Repair for a great halftime show. Rick being here. And 11:49 to go in the third quarter. The game's going to end on the 45-point rule with a 69-yard Ryland Hackett Klein kickoff return.
Well, it's been such a pleasure and honor to be here with you, Jonathan. This area is so glad, so fortunate. You came here, affected so many kids and helped with so many golf courses, both Smith Center and Osborne and all the other people you've helped. And it's just been a blessing to so many, and we're just grateful for that. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, we're going to be, don't run away, Rick. We got some post game going to be presented by Becker Auto.